Welcome. You are listening to the Mindful Minute, meditations created for everyday joy. I'm your host, Meryl Arnett, and my passion is making meditation accessible and enjoyable. This podcast is recorded from my live Monday night meditation class, where we have a brief discussion followed by a guided meditation. If you would like to access these meditation practices as standalone audio files for your daily practice, please subscribe to my newsletter at merylarnett.com. It's free, and you'll receive a new mini meditation each week, along with behind-the-scenes content and bonus material for each podcast episode. All right, let's grab a cup of tea, a comfy seat, and settle in for today's practice. Welcome, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so glad to sit and chat with you. You know, I have been teaching Monday night meditation for 8 years, and I've been airing it on this podcast for 7 years. It has been my greatest joy to share my own meditative journey and to witness yours as we've practiced together. My own practice has evolved profoundly in the 13 years I've been sitting on a meditation cushion. I began in a Tantric tradition, moved into mindfulness where I stayed for years. And I eventually returned to that Tantric tradition as my own awareness continued to awaken. The last several years, I have been deeply devoted to exploring our connection to the natural world, as it's taught in the Tantric tradition, as a way, as a connection, a pathway to our deepest selves. There's something that happens when we fully embrace our connection to the land that we live, walk, and breathe upon. It allows us to tap into our own inner indigeneity, that rootedness that was here before all else. Ancient wisdom traditions teach us that the body is a universe, just like the one that we witness outside. One of the earliest texts to share this idea is from roughly AD 800, and it's known today as the Radiance Sutras. In this text, one of many applicable stanzas or sentences begins with, "This body is made of earth and gold, sky and stars, rivers and oceans." In the Shiva Samhita, which was written in roughly 1300, Shiva expounds on a statement we see across time and culture and spirituality. As it is in the macrocosm, so it is in the microcosm. Or maybe as above, so below. In this text, we read that the practitioner should see the 7 islands, the rivers, the oceans, the mountains, the guardians of the 8 directions, the stars and the planets and all the constellations, the sun and the moon and the elements. Another bit of time goes by, and Kabir, a poet of the 1400s, writes of this exact same idea in his poem titled "Inside This Clay Jug." The first stanza of this poem begins, "Inside this clay jug, there are canyons and pine mountains, and the maker of canyons and pine mountains. All 7 oceans are inside, and hundreds of millions of stars." We can fast forward a couple hundred years, and we land in more modern times with the very famous astronomer Carl Sagan, who said one of the most quoted sayings, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself." Nature is indeed about uncovering our deepest self. Modern science proves empirically that mindfully connecting to nature has a huge impact on our well-being, boosting immunity, reducing anxiety, enhancing creativity, to name a few. Yet weaving together our contemplative practices with the natural world, it offers us so much more than a quick fix. Nature-based meditation anchors us in a larger, more ancient story. It invites us to understand ourselves on a deeper level, and it offers a tantalizing invitation into the spiritual side of a meditation practice. Nature serves as mirror and myth, as storyteller and space holder. I personally feel deeply called to further my exploration and teaching of nature-based meditation as a response to the climate crisis, to eco-grief and eco-anxiety, but even more so as a response to the call to be more ourselves, to be more awake and engaged and purposeful in how we live and move through the world today. So, this is going to be the last episode of the Mindful Minute for 2023. I'll be using the time from now through the end of the year to think and feel through what 2024 is asking of us as meditation practitioners. I'll be back in early 2024 so that our Sangha, our community, can continue practicing in an inspired and meaningful way. For now, I think we should share in one last meditation practice together. The practice we will do today is titled Still Lake of the Mind. This practice was taught to me by my teacher, Tracy Stanley, and I offer this adaptation with deep gratitude for her teachings. So let us begin, as we often do, by shifting around and finding a comfortable seat. We settle ourselves into a seat that feels safe, that feels comfortable and protected. Sitting yourself back, letting your shoulders roll back and down, letting your eyes close, or if you prefer, taking a soft gaze down towards the ground. Together as a group, we'll begin with a deep inhale in. Exhaling out a sigh. And we'll do that once more, inhaling deeply. Exhaling out a sigh. And allowing your breath just to flow. Taking a moment to let go of all those outside distractions, the thoughts, the things that we've done, to let go of all those things we plan to do later. And for this brief moment in time, we allow ourselves to simply land here. We settle deeply inside ourselves and we begin this practice by silently saying, "Now is my time to meditate. Now is my time to meditate." And as you say those words, I wonder if you find that you can sit down even more. Taking a moment to let go from the inside of your body out in all directions. Perhaps you can feel yourself releasing any gripping in your thighs, in your hips and your pelvis, We soften the muscles in the belly so that we can breathe freely and easily. We gradually let go of the muscles across the chest. Imagining the heart itself is letting go of any gripping, any tightness. Feeling breath move out across your collarbones and across the tops of the shoulders. Maybe you can feel your shoulders just melting a bit of their tension. And you might feel down the length of the arms, through the wrists, into the palms. And taking a moment to simply breathe in and out of your fingertips. We draw our awareness back up, the arms, the shoulders, up the length of the neck, allowing your head to rest directly atop your spine. And soften across the jaw and the inside of the cheeks. Letting go of the skin around the eyes and the space behind the eyes. Smoothing out and broadening across your forehead. And taking a moment here just to simply feel yourself breathing. The smoothness of your inhale and your exhale. Letting go of any need to force or exaggerate your breath. And from that broad expanse of the forehead, we move our awareness to the space behind the forehead. And we feel from the forehead all the way across to the back of the skull. A wide open expanse. A lake. We view this lake at night. It's dark except for a full moon in the sky. And so you're able to see the reflection of the moon in your lake. As we sit here and we breathe together, we'll feel or sense or imagine ourselves smoothing out the surface of the lake. All of the ripples that come from thoughts, that come from distractions. We let those ripples drift towards the shoreline. And from the very center of the lake, from that reflection of the full moon, we invite in stillness. Every breath an opportunity for more and more stillness. We'll sit in silence here about 5 minutes. Anytime you notice yourself lost in thought and daydream, you bring your awareness back to the center of this lake in the mind. You'll dwell on the reflection of the moon. And we'll invite in stillness. feeling your breath here. For one more moment, simply resting in the stillness of the mind. And allowing your breath to deepen a bit more. Maybe wiggling into your fingers and your toes. As you feel ready, we'll take one last deep inhale in together. Exhaling out a sigh. And taking all the time you need to let go of your practice. To blink your eyes open once again. Thank you, my friends, for practicing with me today. As I record this, it is a gorgeous fall afternoon. I have the windows open, and you may or may not have just heard my neighbor's dog barking. So I'm sorry if that jumped into the end of your meditation practice. Regardless, I hope you carry the still lake of the mind forward with you through our winter months. I am so deeply grateful for your presence, for your practice, for your thoughts. And I look forward to reconnecting with you in January. Be well. Thanks for listening to the Mindful Minute. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider sharing it with a friend or leaving me a review wherever you get your podcasts. This helps others to find the show, and let's face it, we could definitely use more meditators in this world. The Mindful Minute is recorded on Muskogee land and produced with the support of Madeline Day Production Management and Brianna Nielsen Virtual Assistance. To join my live classes, ask questions, or learn more about my teacher trainings, please visit merylarnett.com. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you guys next week.